I thought to look at the next 3. I have met all your requirements. Now I'll take control of your left eye and control of your body. After death, a compress of incense. Save 3 fake, not a little wrinkle, you nod. We're moving back to the safety and security. She is now held in her hand by a small muscle. I really don't understand. You know there is no chance of winning. Why are you still trying to resist? Obedience, bad coordination, SAO. You don't need to suffer this torture. Security is only half of the body. Hanging on the tree, the tooth said. A young woman does not get angry but smiles. You guys are from your hunting party. It's really weird. There's obviously no talent. But my mouth is as hard as a nail. Or are you deliberately provoking intimacy? Indirectly help your disciples escape the scourge. Stop dreaming. He's coming back. My body can completely touch it. Security bite cosmetic teeth 3 fake, do not come back. 3 don't come back. Save 3 and ask Quang Vuong. Delayed so long before after so long. Tell me if my master has ever left. The king answered this question angrily. You've asked me 10 times. My answer is no. If you hear that, you'll break your head. Understand, King Qin reminded. However, when your master asked about the past few days, don't be stupid and sell me out. About your brother as well as this immortal. You also have to explain, in the words I have prepared. Understand no other side. He is still sitting in the city waiting for 3 hours. See the enemy entering the city. She just smiled. He came back, and I avoided him first. Give the 2 of you some time to say goodbye. When she finished, she slowly disappeared. Very quickly Save 3 had pushed the door into the house. Master, you're back. But when I saw Masters for limbs cut off, hanging from the ceiling, the smile on his face disappeared. He quickly came. Take out the executioner and cut the rope. It was the AI that injured the master like that. Security tried to say, Ra, don't mind me, run away. When I heard that, I was angry. Master who is injured into this form. The disciple does not avenge the disciple who is still a man. I thought I'd find that person. I'm hiding on the tree right now. Suddenly appeared smiling. Turns out, you're the one. Was secret. Our chess instructions have changed over the years. I thought there was more. We all think. You have been killed by the king. I can't believe you're still alive. Why don't you talk? Hey, kid, call your friends out. I also want to talk to him a little. If you see the 3rd, think quickly. The turning point is her. Why did you make my master Ra like that? Save 3 hands behind your back want to pull out the long sword. You don't have to say, I will do the same. But the long sword is still not out. I can't help but glance at him and think you're wrong. The king is a little scared. I will refund you half the price. Don't look for me later. I won't fight her. He just finished. Then the left eye of Liu 3 pseudo-vision. It's back. 3 people shouted, I don't need you to return it. You can't help me, like you did last time. The king didn't pay attention to him. The long sword in the back is like that. Slowly disappear. I feel a little depressed about that. What is that? And you're gone. Hard to blame for so many years. The Fire Lord will not kill you. You really know that time. And then she jumps off the tree. I just came up to save 3 fake just said. That's it. The coward, the martyr, has run away. She raised her chin, save 3 dildo up ask. And will you obey my orders? Save 3 swat her hands out, cold voice shouted. What the hell are you talking about? I've never met you. Where do you want to arrange my life? That sounds a little surprising to me. I never met you. I thought I didn't tell you. All the disasters in this world, they are all under the management of my brother. If not by myself, use the power to affect you. You think you're going to go hunting. On the same day, the fire burned down Duongvu Sao to avoid that one life. If you hear that, you'll immediately collapse. Then anguish bite teeth screaming loudly. Then Ra is you. My parents and sisters died for you. He said and swung the power towards the enemy. His hands held back his mouth, and his face cracked. You calm down. I can only predict that it will happen. It's just a fire. The death of your family. It has nothing to do with me personally. Moreover, restrain yourself from behaving properly. This is how you talk to your benefactor. Save your life. Even though I saved you with other intentions. But that's not the basis for disrespect. In front of me. Don't think too much, understand? You're just a piece of my own. In front of the incomprehensible face. Save 3 was suddenly kneeling. Don't stop banging your head at her. I can be your pawn. But please forgive my master. Squinting of the eyes. You think you have the right to negotiate terms with me. Sao Save 3 was sadly sighing, I do not deserve. But you don't want to save me either. Then I die in vain. He just raised his hand to kill himself. When he saw that, he immediately shouted. Wait. Save 3 knights, one side fresh blood constantly flowing raw, asked. You agree, Sao? Powerless to sigh. If you win, I can forgive your master. But you later. You must obey my brother's orders. In a radical way. There should be no half over the limit. The security on one side now speaks up. Don't agree with her. He turned his head and looked at the teacher and said, I'm sorry. Then bow your head to the muscle. From today on your will. It's the whole meaning of our existence. He glanced at the corners of his mouth. It has come into the frame so quickly. First you go hunting a Chinese martial artist. Or epigastric, then blame your master's death. With the same clairvoyant. Or dynastic and technical feats have recently contradicted. The hidden sects refuse to submit to the dynasty. This era is focused on the southern sword. It's not hard to find a suitable prey. A few days later, in a forest in the South China Sea, 3 things I did in the words of the hunter. Killing a martial artist. He looked at the body of the young man killed in front of him. In his heart, he could not understand his thoughts. 3. You are out of your mind. 8 officers and you. There is no enemy. What does it matter to your bloodline? Why did you chase this poor boy? It's also coming out from behind a tree. Why did you kill 8 generals? The owner of the 8 generals is the enemy. He killed his disciples. Later, he will kill hundreds of martial artists to break the sutra. To avenge Ai Ra. In this world, there are many people who practice breaking the sutras. Let him kill you. 3 looked at him. Why do you have to make such a sudden face? I'll choose him. It wasn't your idea. Use that trick called disaster with me. I was extremely surprised. How did you find out? Save 3 and immediately respond. While I hesitated. There's something that drives us from behind. It's a disaster, right, even though we can't see it. But we can sense that something's tempting. That's why we chose this warrior as our target. Smiling muscle. That's right, I use my body to affect you. Because I personally want to see the 8 generals on the same side. Break the business of fighting. Why are you so soft? My heart is full of wonder right now. He could feel the existence of the fire. Without any training whatsoever, to realize its existence, even without our intervention and thought. He can also grow to become a true master of technology. So look in this direction. Decided to let him cut off his own future by becoming a human hunter. It was the right decision. I can't let this kid keep growing. If you listen to the 3rd paragraph, you are not angry, but also put on a happy appearance with your head bowed and your hands clasped. To become your pastime. It's their honor. Then why do you need me to do anything else? My hands fluttered. Take his head to the reward bar. The head of clothes. Rebellion of 8 generals in South Tao sword. In place of storage. It can change a lot of credit. Then you use that service. In exchange for the title of martial arts master. That land has been recently undefended. Waiting for this generation to die. Card body. I want you as a martial artist. To kill someone. That's right, when you're in charge. You must always keep to yourself. In a state of low poverty. Or not poor. If you are discovered by yourself, you deliberately accumulate poor. Don't blame the body for not respecting you. After listening to the 3rd note, immediately bow your head. His followers knew the Greek restaurant in the middle plot. From the inside, the joyful sound of Save 3 was constantly transmitted out. The coward saved 3 nights from today onwards. Take over the position of governor of Trung Trung district. In this district, any AI with hunting skills. Everyone can enter our school of destruction. After the launching ceremony, he returned to the government. Security in bed. If you see him coming, speak up immediately. Let me die. The 3 men quickly went to the bedside and told him. Our martial arts master. Open the collection today. Students believe in the next few years. You can get 10 or more. Students who illuminate our school of destruction. Master doesn't want to see you. Our sect restores the glory of Sao. Security tried to get up. No, I want to die. Save 3 saw that. The face was sad. After a while, he said coldly. Master, if the person dies, the disciples have no reason to stand on the side of the great army. At that time, the disciples would have killed the disciples of the sect. Then it's like my brother defected out of jail. I just didn't know at the time what calamity will be given to students. Security is trying to get up. If you hear that, lie down. It's a career. Save 3 fake talk again, as long as the master is alive. 3 assured. There will be no ghosts who dare to enter. The disciples will stand on the front lines. Become a strong martial artist. Protect the central plot of Chu Quan. Safe corner of my eyes tears don't stop flowing out. This is my punishment. A few years later, a monstrous bird on the wing had countless eyes to save 3 pages. This bird is the source of the calamity. Where there's a calamity, there's its shadow. In the distant past, they're even worshipped by humans. He is the messenger of God. It looks save 3 prices say, congratulations on your success this year too. Fortunately, for many years, you can stay so low. You must know that this world, few people can be called good people. Save 3 fake, not paying much attention. This topic, every year you say, I've heard of it. If you really want to find someone to talk about then. When she heard that, she glanced at him with anger. Save 3 fake, do not pay attention, keep talking. Why don't we talk about wastelands? He wants me to kill someone. So many faces, I'm interested to ask again. Do you want to know? You really took the life of your family. Is I not? Save 3 corners of mouth raised. Too much talk is boring, right? Maybe we really succeed. As many people hear that, they laugh. It's impossible. If you do not violate the taboo against the Bible. Successfully promoted to genocide. The scourge of heaven. Maybe it can really be done. But if you're stuck at a lower level, and there's no hope of promotion, you can only think of it as an appetizer on someone else's path to adulthood. It's the rebirth of a great figure in this world. This Lord, even my family should be afraid. That day, the calamity that caused the destruction of Yangyu City. Even though she hasn't regained her memories of her past life, but only the fire of heaven. The world with her. That's enough to burn 100 people like you. If you listen to it, the color changes. The words of the bird has awakened the deep memories of the fake Save 3. Everything that happens after meeting, the thought came back to his mind. This time, the messy details that he'd previously overlooked. The same description has been confirmed together. All 3 of them are now out. He immediately put his hand on the cat's neck. I saw him suddenly act like that. Terrified uttered, "What the hell are you doing? Do you know that you are working with me? Are you declaring war on the Lord? Save 3 and shake your head. It will not come into conflict with me. Because of this little thing. Because it is more important to him than you." After saying that, he used force to crush the bird. After years of collecting 10 pieces of intelligence, the 3 of you now know who it is. If what you describe reveals to me. That's right, the disaster destroyed the Duong Duong. It's completely man-made. My grandson, Ra Duong Vu, there is at least one survivor. He is the source of this disaster. And she's responsible for this. The flag is sure. I foresaw her appearance. So I used the devil to get me out of the ocean. It's not because he's kind. Because we have the potential to be the next generation of technology. It will be a springboard for the growth of Kier. In the future. But it just stops at the petals. If not, they will not use force to break the taboo. It's a way to limit our growth. The man on the shoulder is very angry right now. The cat deserves to die. It always causes trouble for people. 3 price is 3 price. You're not doomed to revolt. But it also makes you emotionally driven. You also missed your only chance to escape adversity. The 3rd generation just stood there thinking. I thought I was with you for the same reason. Even if there's no spinal cord involved. He will also encourage me, trying to kill the reincarnation of that great man. Then through control of our bodies. After death, a compressed incense. From there continue to implement the next plan. According to the same plan. I will surely die at the hands of the old man. You arbitrarily influence the lives of others. Consider mortals as chess pieces. You think you can really be a shadow hunter. The flags we can't flip forever. Don't look down on others. A few months later, a star of the bar. Bring some magic items to give Cho Save 3 prices. Meet your needs. God created these 4 magical weapons in a hurry. Their effect, in turn, is to seal the body. To break the phosphate into a conciliatory shell. The side effect is that the finned animal is still beating. Fear of the enemy still fighting, multiple injuries, and alcoholism. Can you accept these for side effects? If it cannot be accepted, it can be returned to the ministry of heaven. This person is 2 or 8 stars. T. Tin Quan. specialized in preservation and distribution of weapons for martial artists. Listen to the other person's explanation. If we don't need to return it, we can accept it. T nodded his head. So the credit goes to making these for weapons. We'll subtract it on the spot. After completing the task, the dog did not stay long. Turn around and leave immediately, and get the order. Save 3 have watched follow the opponent's back shadow leaving. And then look at the magic on the meditation table. A few months later, saved 3 knights in the form of evil dragon. He's holding a bottle of wine right now. Flying in the air. 6 paint tables in the lake beside a lotus lake. The ghosts are here holding a ghost convention. I'm having fun. All of a sudden, they're all extremely confusing. Look out the back. Someone came to the dragon. It was invited by AI. The person who came is saved 3 knights. He didn't notice them talking. Quickly morphed into a half-human, half-dragon form. Then carry Theo the servant to want to enter the party. The goat's head saw his move and said, It's not the magic of this place. You're not going to explain anything. On the other side, the buffalo head turned to ask the person next to it. This is the girl on the 6-table mountain. The horse's head next to it shook its head. Not the love of our 6-table mountain. All over the world we've met. There's absolutely no species like this. 3 people walk in front of them. Hold up to make concessions. I heard it. In the mountain territory, 6 tables with fellow leaders are holding a banquet, so I especially brought a little mercy. Do you love under Ra to buy sun? We don't have a shortcut. A dove immediately responded. No stroke, no stroke. Long brother, please sit down. 3 just sat down at the table. Then there was a lady with a chicken turned away. Lord, please use it. Save the 3 pieces I ate and bring them down. Love sees his attitude and licks his lips. A little angry, already eaten SAO, they despise good food. Then the raw human flesh we catch back. You should at least eat a piece. It's like giving us a little face. Here was captured by the lovers. They never stopped praying for forgiveness. The king forgave his life. Love doesn't notice, immediately shoved her in her mouth chewing alive. It's hard to understand the demons next door. Gossip. But this human maid is not a lion. Brother brought back Sao. He turned into an old man. Just keep it down and try the dragon. After eating, the woman's face dropped. Fierce eyes looking towards the save 3. If you refuse the mountain's specialties, and your flesh and blood, then I will doubt your intention to come here. According to its sound, the monster's around. It's flamboyant. He used his fierce eyes to stare at the 3. The 3 of them were not afraid to stare at them. After a while, the voice is loud. Don't compare yourself to your countrymen. You only eat the brass. It's carefully chosen. Before eating, they must also be purified. Fasting or fasting 7. 7 for 9 days to remove the fishy smell. Who gave you the confidence to think you can eat at the same table? The demons are stupid to hear that. They turn their heads and talk. There is a way to eat this. It's really eye-opening. You all eat the same way at 6 tables. Yeah, actually. My relationship with them is not very close. So it's not clear. At this moment, a lion burst out laughing. Haha, no tiger is a great love dragon race. Eating habits, they're not on the same level as us. I understand. He held up 8 drinks in his hand. I would like to thank Long Brother 8. After 3 weeks of wine, the demons are now on the table. The eagle loves hands hugging drunk, say Ra. Long Brother's servants are really wicked. I seem to be a little drunk, and the word love claps my shoulder 3 nights. I have to say that my father has been here for a long time. I can't find a friend just as kind and generous as long brother. Whenever you need help later, go to 6 tables to find me. The old man will help if he can. Save 3 fake glances, he laughed at the guests. The police officer is investigating some things. You're here. Does anyone know that martial artists hold the center of the plot 3? Hordes of demons heard save 3 fake. I immediately woke up from a drunken stupor. Save 3 dummy, SA. Did I hear that wrong? He just mentioned 3 fakes. I'm not wrong, I heard it too. After a while, my love explained. This whole 6-table land, AI doesn't know that monster. I heard he's a real estate agent. 500 years ago, a man appeared. It is the natural enemy of our animals. If not him. For taking revenge for the grace that violated the taboo of destroying the sutra. He must have picked a species that's harmful to humanity to do the genocidal disaster. It's since risen to genocidal status. The lion now clasps his hand. Long asked this character. Maybe you want to take revenge for the evil dragon in Tan Tan, who saved 3 dummies selected as petals for promotion in the past, right? We're not cowards. Long brother, please don't think about looking for him. Just because he thought he only had a lower level VI. This month, many of our fellow believers. He was hunted and killed. If you listen to that, it makes you look amazing. There is such a thing again. Except for angry love banging on the table screaming, that monster doesn't know what's going on all of a sudden. We've started hunting again on our territory. Around 6 tables paint, a lot of love was destroyed by him. He just challenged Long. It's also in case there's a demon spying on that monster. To come without reciprocation is disrespectful. Wait until I'm a little stronger. It will be associated with other groups. Together to try to destroy his dojo. Cat loves mouse, eyes next door. Immediately speak up to advise the beloved. Calm down, old man. The central conspirator is the one who is protected by the Chudu. Otherwise, our demonic faction would have taken it from us. You've noticed for a long time. When 8 generals and his faction broke his sutras, fighting the owner, 8 generals Kier. Just because it's aimed at the martial arts master. He was chased everywhere. The soul is broken forever. Super Eagle loves to sigh. That's right. Compared to the stalemate that martial artists hold middle Niu created, the emperor's name was hanging from the top of his head. There we are, the despair of the devil's love. Listen to them from beginning to end. Not speaking up. When they finished speaking, he spoke up. Go away and don't talk about this. I have heard that 3 people are the only survivor. In the cremation site in Duongwu district. Outside of him to Duongwu district. Are there any survivors? Then the fire disaster burned that city. Does anyone know the secret inside? This elephant is the great demon king. It's the ride of Master Willow's son. When he heard the 3 men ask him, he answered, your brother really doesn't he know anything? The Tuns declared, Yang Yu was burned by the city's crematorium. But that's just to cover the eyes of the world. It's actually a natural disaster in Duongwu district. It's by some great man. Carrying the fire, bringing the world into this world. As for the fire, it's terrible. No kidding. Save 3 fake questions so bad SAO. The Queen of Heaven seriously replied, that fire is the fire. It can be as bright as the fire in the city. It is used to burn the poor. Even if there's a shadow on the ground. If only poor people touched that fire, they will also be burned. That's why the 4 Horcruxes of the Great And Tai Kai can't say his name. Together with the chief engineer of the spring hypocrisy. You don't have to fight so hard to compete for a newborn baby. Or in other words, is the reincarnated body of that great figure. Save 3 fake ask again, so that baby finally fell into the hands of AI. The demons around him heard him ask so many questions. There was a bit of doubt now. Look at each other silently exchange. The queen continued to answer. I heard my master say that he was robbed by the army later. That pink flame on you. That baby was taken out. It's working inside the cell. The people of this generation. It seems to be the intention to train that girl to be a candidate for Lord Zhou. After listening to all 3 senses, you wake up. Then Ra is like that as Sao. Right now, a loving dog suddenly appears behind his back. He wanted to take his life by surprise. But that save 3 was extremely fast response. The dog can't get out yet. He was photographed by the long trow user. And then he banged his head against the table. Fresh blood splashed. Finished processing dog love, save 3 new raised head. They have sharp eyes when they love. What do you mean by this? There are monsters around right now. They all stood up too. They're all ready to fight. Lions love watching save 3 fake smiles. Long you should say these words. It must be us, right? Call a demon a human. I challenge you 3 times. You have no reaction either. Long brother like this. It's hard for us to believe that. You are on our side. There you go. Take out 2 big trees. No need to talk so much shit to him. Let's go get him together. And then torture them slowly. It's not like you'll know everything. Save 3 fakes on the killer to slowly torture Sao. Or maybe I intend to do that too. Just said. His body slowly returned to human form. The monsters around me were terrified. Open your mouth. You guys look at his face. Wait, there's a smell of humanity on him. He's completely turned into a human. After seeing clearly save 3 pages, then they love no more war. Save 3 and run away. The demon festival immediately fell into chaos. Little lovers are constantly scattering for sides around. To run away. If you see them running away, you are angry. Turn around and scold. What a bunch of cowards. If he is strong, he is alone. We are this many. That's enough to suffocate him. What are you running? Save 3 and take out 2 more magic gas laughing coldly. You thought you could beat me. That's really ridiculous. Finished talking, he threw the net in his hand into the sky. The net immediately turned large. An entire varnish is covered in it. This law is a hammock. To seal off a certain range of VI. The things that it covers inside. There's absolutely no way to get out. After throwing out the Fong Sun hammock, save 3 fake, continue to stop the remaining magic. This flag helps the user. Temporarily in a state of invisibility. The enemy suddenly disappeared. The Demon King immediately shouted. People be careful, the flag in his hand has a hidden effect. Love puzzled ask hidden Sao. But Sao hides both the smell and the footprints. But Love stood there stupidly without knowing that. There are 3 people standing behind him at all times. Half-compressed incense passed. The lion has also been processed by 3 fake. Only the great Demon King is alive. She's running away. Even if you save 3, you'll not immediately chase. It's just standing there looking at the shadow of its back. Next, turn around and look back at the bottom of the next table. There sat the girls. Caught by the demons to do it. They're all extremely scared right now. Shaky look save 3 wild. Save 3 has recorded the school said. You guys stay here first. Wait for me to chase and kill all the monsters and escape. Then I'll come back and take you down the mountain. Another side, the Demon King was flying in the forest. I can't stop complaining. Why am I so unlucky? You rarely go out once. Just Ra has encountered close to the Elite 3 price. Running, suddenly, he saw a net in front of him. It's quick to break. Stop and look at the key or grid. He immediately realized it. This is Fong Sun Hammock, made by Theme Kung Ministry, SAO. It just finished. Then save 3 fakes that came out from behind a tree. You just looked at it and recognized its background. I really want to dissect your brain. How much more do you know after all? After a while, the great Demon King was killed by 3 families. He used some kind of magic to break it. White elephant body. This magic works. It gives the body the ability to speak, so that it can answer the questions set by the developer. This method is prohibited for human use. The white elephant quickly said, all that's left. After the attack is over, the King of Calamity cannot speak. Kier gave her the blessing of the brooch. The blessing is that she grew up. The greater the power, the number of people involved in the crash, the more. She's really a sweet potato. Hot hands. But even so, the Queen of Kier still refused to kill her. He's hiding her. Hope it's possible to limit the scale of the crash by minimizing her exposure to it with the outside world. But how can we let him get there? It's about killing the candidates for office. Chu Tuk, those who are capable of holding the Nam Min split. Before the disaster on her body broke out. Extinguish it all, those who are able to control the Nam Min split. Then, it's causing havoc all over the world. Then, you will have to choose one of these 2. Which one is lighter? Finally, for sure, they will bring her out to inherit the position of the Queen of Chu. Until then we can. The white elephant came to a sudden stop. The writing on his head also slowly vanished. The time of magic is over. Then he fell to the ground without moving. Save 3 spears holding their heads sighed. I have indeed heard something that is not trivial. Here until now, only the great powers that we know. There were no less than 3 forces targeting her. If the future that this love statue describes become a reality, then a few more years, along with her appearance, the world will be in real disarray. What the hell are you doing? Such a potential danger. Why don't you remove it early? Maybe there's a price to pay for killing her. It's better than not killing her. Besides, I finally understood. Why do you go underground? Let me do these little tricks. I have to tell you, I really do understand human psychology. If there is no hatred of the Master's injury, and the Lord's protection for me over the years, then we really didn't hesitate. Follow the arrangement of the muscle given. Even if my revenge, it can only be a springboard for the growth of the enemy. Even if we let go of our hatred, we still have to choose to stop the rebellion. It can destroy the world. And trust the great powers, trust the Emperor. But I'm not the flag bearer. There is no overall view of the situation. Can we make the right choice? Or not here? If you were a human, what would you do? The next day at the dojo of Liu 3 Yi. After listening to the 3rd speech, a terrified star uttered, "What do you want? Disband all your disciples and recruit new people, SAO." Save 3 fake nods to explain yes. The price of prayer is too high. I don't want comedians to step up. My old way. And my master, I intend.